Why, hello everyone! Welcome to the theater, and I finally figured it out. So enjoy the show. No time to explain. And the show will begin in 3, 2, 1. Really? I said go! My god, this is taking forever. It was the year 1977. In Utah, there was a man named William Afton who wanted to open his own business, so he created Freddy Fazbear's Diner. So, this restaurant came with costumes, two mascot costumes, a one with a bear and a one with a rabbit. This restaurant was successful for a while, but a new restaurant came in called The Mediocres, which was owned by Henry, by the way. He made this restaurant, which caused William's restaurant to, go bankrupt. So, these two restaurants combined into one, which created Freddy's Family Diner. William and Henry became business partners. This restaurant became very successful. This restaurant had two suits called Springlock suits. The Springlock suits were kind of dangerous. Like, really, really dangerous. So how they work is that they have these spring locks that you, like, pull back the animatronic parts. Like in Phone Guy says,
Hello. For today's lesson, we will be continuing our training on proper suit handling techniques. When using an animatronic as a suit, please ensure that the animatronic parts are tightly compressed and fastened by the spring locks located around the inside of the suit. It may take a few moments to position your head and torso between these parts in a manner where you can move and speak. Try not to nudge or press against any of the spring locks inside the suit. Do not touch the spring locks at any time. Do not breathe on the spring locks, as moisture may loosen them and cause them to break loose. In the case that the spring locks come loose while you are wearing the suit, please try to maneuver away from populated areas before bleeding out.
so things were going great. William had a successful restaurant, and that seems good enough for a person. But, William was kind of a psychopath. He always wanted to be immortal. So, he discovered this thing called Revenant, and the only way to get Revenant is to murder someone and make them possess an animatronic or a robotic or something, and they'll possess it and it'll create this thing called Revenant. But we'll go back to that. Back to Freddy's Family Diner, they also made an animatronic called the Puppet. It's kind of like a security guard puppet. And also, the mediocres were not liked very much, so they were thrown away. And also, 4 more animatronics were made. They were called Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, and Foxy. Everything was going great. But then nothing lasts forever because guess what? William decides to test out this Revenant thing, goes to the Freddy's location, and sees Charlie, who's been locked out accidentally. And William chokes Charlie to death. And after that, he drives away, and, yeah, the puppet possesses Charlie. After that, there was Junior, which was FNAF 2 being worked on, and William decides to go there, but Henry, decides to, look, you can't be here. Just, please, don't make this difficult than it has to be. So he drives off, goes back to his house, and finds out that his son, the crying child, escaped, broke out of his window, and he said he'll be sorry when he gets home. So here's the thing. William doesn't want his little son, crying child, to go to the restaurant near the animatronics, so he invented these things called nightmares. Oh, and to make things worse, The crying child had an older brother named Michael, which bullied the crying child a lot with a foxy mask, but William didn't care about this much as he saw this as a good thing to make him even more scared of the animatronics. Then we get to the crying child's birthday. This birthday would be his last birthday because Michael had some friends. He brought them over, and once he brought them over, he decided to do the ultimate prank. So they picked up the crying child, bring him to the animatronic mouth of Golden Freddy, and they put him in the mouth. And then, you know what happens? The animatronic jaw snaps shut on the crying child's forehead. This was known for the bite of 83. The crying child was rushed to the hospital. He was about to die. His brother said, "I'm sorry." And the puppet said, "You are broken. I will put you back together." Then the crying child died. After that, the relationship of Michael and William came downhill, and William became an abusive father to Michael after what he did to his brother while torturing him with the nightmare animatronics. After that, Freddy's Family Diner eventually closed down, and the Freddy Fazbear's 2 location was in production for a while, and they got rid of the original animatronics. Everything was not looking good. A few years later, in 1987, the new restaurant finally eventually opened. And at this point, something really bad happened. William decided to get into the springlock suit, and what he did, one by one, he lured children in the back room and killed them, killing them with his bare hands. He did this to study Revenant. And this makes the spirits to haunt the animatronics. William knew that he was gonna get caught eventually, which he decided to make a restaurant of his own. Like the AI instructor said,
due to the massive success and even more so the unfortunate closing of Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, it was clear that the stage was set.
So this was the working on of a new restaurant called Circus Baby's Pizza Restaurant or something, and William had one problem. William had a daughter named Elizabeth, which she was probably 7, and she really liked this one animatronic, but William said, "What? No, you can't see her." The problem was that this animatronic was a killer animatronic, which William didn't want Elizabeth to go near. But one day, Elizabeth went near the animatronic and pretty much gets killed, which immediately shuts down the restaurant. Oh, and forgot to mention, back then to the FNAF 2 location, there's a security guard that got his frontal lobe bitten off by an animatronic named Chica, so that restaurant closed down. So at this point, things weren't not great. Years pass, and nothing much happened. But one day, a new Freddy restaurant opened up with the original animatronics, but rebuilt. William Afton was furious about this. He went to the FNAF restaurant, and he had one goal in his insane mind. He destroyed animatronic one by one, and the souls of the children were free from their cage. They trapped in the inside of the safe room, but there was a bunny suit where he could hide in, and he went inside, and he laughed. There wouldn't be a problem with this, but water and spring locks can't go together. Water was dripping through the ceiling. One dropped to a spring lock, and the suit snapped shut, blood piling all over him, William Afton screamed in pain, but he couldn't because he was being impaled. He collapsed and died. After that, the back room was boarded off, and they had to rebuild the animatronics into new animatronics, like these. Then Michael decides to get a job and decides to help his father get the remnant from the animatronics, so he works there, secretly tampering with the animatronics, then gets fired. After that, he decides to work at Circus Baby's rental, and he follows night by night. Circus Baby secretly talks to him, and he gets closer and closer, following Circus Baby's instructions. Then he gets trapped into the safe room, and Ennard, who's actually a mixture of the Funtime animatronics and Circus Baby mostly being in control, decides to turn on the scooper and scoop Michael's insides out and use him as a skin suit to escape. Day by day, his body starts to decay, and Ennard decides to make a run for it into the sewers, but Michael still lives from the remnant. And after that, Michael says,
"Father, it's me, Michael. I did it. I found it. It was right where you said it would be. They were all there. They didn't recognize me at first, but then they thought I was you. And I found her. I put her back together, just like you asked me to. She's free now. But something is wrong with me. I should be dead, but I'm not. I've been living in shadows. There is only one thing left for me to do now. I'm going to come find you. I'm going to come find you."
after 30 years, the company of Freddy Fazbear's Pizza decided to open up a haunted attraction version of it called Fredbear's Fright. This location was like a horror attraction, and Michael decides to get a job there, and he learns that an animatronic has been found and put into the restaurant. This animatronic was named Springtrap. Springtrap tries to attack Michael, and Springtrap is actually William Afton, trapped inside the suit. So, Michael burns down the place. After that, Henry decided to open up a new restaurant, but this restaurant wouldn't be a restaurant, it was actually Trap. And he made a new animatronic specifically designed to trap his dead daughter, Charlie, who was the puppet. Michael decided to work at this place and decided to work there, and they brought back the marionettes. After that, all the animatronics were at one place, and Henry burned out the entire restaurant, burning them all down to the ground and setting all the souls free. But it wasn't over. Cassidy, who was possessing the golden bear suit, had other plans. She tortured William over and over again, non-stop forever, reminding him what he had done was a big mistake. And that's it. That was the timeline. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you later. Goodbye. I can finally sleep.